So I have cast off armor, and that is splint. And what's the masterwork property?
I think it's lighter.
Light? Alright, so I think that reduces the weight by 25% if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it's 45 now.
Okay. Got it. So I'll stick that.
And then I've got a Moon Touch short sword.
Okay. Moon touched weapon. I think I have one for that. Yeah, okay, so you said Moon Touch short sword?
Yep, and then that's it.
Okay. Cool, thank you. And let me know if anyone else has any permanent magical items. Oh, and you know what I could do? I could make this potion of healing so that when you click it, it will roll... Oh, wait, is there a way to display... I don't know if that'll work. I should make a healing potion macro that's accessible by everyone. Oh well, I won't worry about it too much for now. Alright, so... Oh, what about the stud leather armor of poison resistance? Who has that?
This was Vale-headed.
Vale? Okay, let's stick that on Vale. And the Rod of the Pack Keeper is unknown for now, but that's fine. We can figure that out.
Yeah, someone was carrying it. Maybe Vale?
Yeah. Alright, well... I think we're gonna go ahead and get started. See if we hear from Vale.
Before we do,
yeah.
do you mind checking about jump and ring of striding?
Yes, sorry.
Like the new jump spell, it is actually quite useful, but I just wonder how would it interact with the ring?
And that's right, I don't see the ring of... Did you say, what was the ring? Ring of jumping?
Boots, I mean, boots of jumping and striding.
So let me check those out. And you said the jump spell.
Yep.
So are you, you're a new character, right? You're 2024, or you're 5.5.
Yes.
I don't like saying 2024, just say 5.5. Let me see. Creature can jump up to 30 feet by spending 10 feet of movement. Okay. So... What's the question exactly?
And the boots say that my jump speed is my jump is tripled. Can I jump 90 feet by spending 10 feet of movement?
So your speed while you wear these boots becomes 30. Speed is not restricted if you're encumbered or wearing heavy armor. So the thing, well, it says 3 times your normal distance, which I'm not sure with 30 feet, because I'm not sure if the jump spell would count towards your normal. Like, that would still be kind of an augmentation, you know?
Could I jump twice per round? Could I spend 10 feet, just 10 feet of movement to jump 30 feet, and then jump again with my normal jump? Because for example, let's say I dash. So my movement becomes 60. Then I spend 10 of it to jump 30. And I still have 50 movement left. So I could jump then, for example, move 10 feet and jump remaining 40 as well. So I could 30, like 70 together, and like there would be a jump, a little bit of movement, and jump again, for example.
So maybe it would be triple 30. Because normally, the only thing is normally you can't exceed your total speed, even if your jump speed is higher than your total speed. So, like, if your speed is 30, the most you can jump is 30. Like, you can't go over the 30. You don't get extra movement from your jump being higher, if that makes sense.
I think jump, that's about, like, you would get extra movement from jump spell. Like, the thing about jump spell, that you would get extra movement, because you would spend 10 feet to jump 30, and you still have 20 left, so you would move 50 in a round. I think that's the whole point of the jump spell.
I do think that's how it works. I haven't read into it myself. That's just how I know some other people are using it online.
So that would effectively turn your speed into like 50 feet. But you get a 30-foot jump as part of it.
That's the point. Yeah, that's what the spell does, and he wants to triple it.
It is a first level spell. I wouldn't say that's. Yeah, I mean that wouldn't be too bad.
It's not much worse than like Expeditious Retreat or something.
Or I think Long Strider does something similar.
Yeah, because Expeditious Retreat gives you no oppies, so this would give you oppies but more distance. So that would make sense. And how does that interact with Boots of Striding and Sprinting? These technical questions.
Okay, but anyway, I don't have the spell yet, but just checking.
Yeah, that would be an interesting interaction. I guess that would give you like 90 feet of. That'd be crazy. Because yeah, it'd be like 90 feet of movement. Then you'd still have another 20 feet.
That would be almost like this would be like a Misty Step every round. In a way.
Well, without the.
But the thing is, if he jumps super high, if he jumps super high, he just lands and takes fall damage.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Well, I mean, 30 feet doesn't mean he jumps up 30 feet. It just means he goes 30 feet. Going 90 feet when you jump. So, I think, I guess the interaction, you'd still be kind of limited to your max distance, which would be the 50 feet. So, maybe you could jump 50 feet instead of going 30 feet and moving another 20. So you probably that would probably limit it a little bit, like the Boots of Striding and Sprinting.
Doesn't magic make it go further though? Like, isn't that how magic?
No,
well,
but
magic doesn't just mean anything happens, right?
It kind of does, but
well, if you have magic that says you triple your distance, that's what magic does, no?
But the rule for jumping is that you can't go more than your full movement. So your full movement.
That's why. But isn't he jumping further than it already?
But maybe I would actually the more realistic thing here, and realistic quote unquote, when we talk about jump spell, maybe we should treat them separately, like they don't interact. You could do both.
You mean like one or the other?
No, both if you want.
You choose.
Like you could do both in one round. You could, like I said, you could spend 10 feet to jump 30, then you have 20 feet left, and you can do whatever you want with the rest, including jumping again. But then this jump will be already limited by your movement, because that's a normal jump.
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying, yeah. So the Boots of Striding and Sprinting, could effectively triple your jump distance, but it would still be limited by your base speed. So if you can get your speed up to 90, you could jump 90 feet. If you know what I mean? So it'd be really good for like a monk or a barbarian. Anyway, I think what you're saying is, yeah, like you said, which was kind of what I was thinking anyway, that the jump part is magical, so you get that 30 feet, but then with the extra 20, you could do another jump if you wanted to. Yeah. That would be the Boots of Striding and Sprinting. But you just basically still be limited to the 50 feet total.
Yes.
Yeah. Which I think we're both saying the same thing, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. But that's... That
Okay.
could be interesting. But anyway, yeah, sorry for taking away so much time on this.
You can move how far normally, Rob?
30?
30 feet, yeah.
And then you have a jump spell, and you'd be able to go 50.
So
Yes.
with the jump
And then
spell,
you have Boots of Strider, and it doesn't. Does that help you anymore? The Boots of Strider then? You don't even have to jump yet.
Yeah, so it would. I mean, if you had the jump spell, they would still help because that extra 20 feet you could use, like you was saying, to jump again. So you could like jump 30 feet and like maybe jump up another 20 feet onto a higher ledge, if that makes sense. Be like Mario Brothersing it.
The thing with, like, first of all, I can dash. Then the whole math is totally different. Like, if I dash
Yes.
and then I have
You
60
could
feet
dash,
of
then
movement.
like jump 60 feet if you
Like,
wanted
you could do more stuff about it. And then jumping, it's not like normal jumping with Boots of Striding. It's not about the distance. It's about how much of that distance is jump. So I can navigate over more difficult terrain. So that like bigger proportion of my movement is actually me being in the air.
Yeah, you could just like fling yourself basically. Like
Exactly. So it's not about getting more movement, normal jumping, but it's about circumventing a lot of obstacles.
Yeah, dangerous stuff. Exactly.
Like, for example, when I jumped onto the tower when we were fighting this, I theoretically could have ran there. That's the whole thing. But there were so many obstacles, and that would be like a difficult terrain. You have to climb here, climb there.
Yeah, climbing reduces your speed. Yeah, there's like oppies if you ran past a guy. So yeah, exactly.
It is just
just a different way to navigate terrain.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, is that sad? Like, does that answer kind of make sense?
Yeah. I think I'm just like I'm just considering, like, if I go the magical initiate route, I would definitely consider this spell as one of things I take because it's kind of quite useful.
Yeah, I mean, especially with your boots, like you were saying, the synergy is really nice. All right, but anyway, anyone else have any questions? All right, so let's see. Nil was the previous scribe. It looks like it is Kaladin's turn to scribe. Are you okay scribing, Kaladin?
Okay with me.
Awesome. Thank you. So, Nil, could you give us a recap of the events of last time?
So we pick back up on the fight. We managed to finish it only after the caster uses a powerful Ice Storm and Fireball to down most of our team members. Nil and Robert managed to stabilize and kill everyone remaining. The Monk Shadowcaster manages to slip out and retreat. We free the captives from the cages and we loot the camp. We find 150 gold, 70 Maho, quarterstaff, some scrolls, a strange note written in Goblin. We then find an armory with some longswords, chainmail, rations, an old dwarven statue, and a magical belt. We arm the prisoners with longswords and chainmail. There are 2 soldiers and 4 civilians among them. We head back through the tunnels to the druids. The belt is identified as a dragonhide belt +2. We discuss our next step with the druids, either making attacks on patrols and other bases or taking care of Graves, the one that's situated near Char. We negotiate a deal with Fedloy to transfer us to the Graves' base and launch a surprise attack. We agree to attack Graves tomorrow.
Alright, and I think the group was going to use a tree portal to get back to Char quicker.
Yes, and we agreed that they will be waiting us for 3 days. They will be opening the portal on agreed date, so we can go back. So we have kind of 3 windows to get back after we defeat the guy.
Yeah, he said he would open it the day after, and if he didn't see you, he would like try again in 2 days, I believe.
For 2 days, not in 2 days.
Yeah, that's right. Like, you try for a couple of days, and then you assume you're going to come back a different way. Alright, so it is the 4th of autumn at 7:30 p.m. We pick up the story. Our intrepid adventurers underground within the Druid's Lair, or Druid Grove, hiding out from the Iron Tide. So, are we just passing time till you head back?
I think we're taking a long rest, don't we?
Yeah. We
Trying
definitely need
to
a long
pass a long rest. Okay.
Yeah,
Before we
longer.
do that,
Yes.
I would ask Vale to take a look at a couple of things that I'm not sure they are magical. They're just a little bit suspicious. So we have robe from Devastator, and we have a staff from him as well.
Okay.
And we have a captain's note that we also would like to ask Vale to use. If not Grinkle, I don't know. I think one of them had comprehend languages.
Alright, so I guess I am playing Vale. Yeah, I'll play Vale, that's fine. Let me see.
Does she have comprehend languages?
I think she does. Let me check her spells. She does, alright, and I know that is a ritual, so she says, give me a moment, and I can see. So she will start casting her ritual. And when she finishes it, she looks at the note, and she... Didn't she do this already?
No, I didn't think so.
Okay. For some reason
No, we tried to decipher it, and we didn't.
So she looks closely at it and says it appears to be some sort of note to one of the captains about some different pickup schedules for the items they've dug up. There's something about this is odd. She takes a closer look. She says, I recognize some of these markings as cartography markings. Do any of you have any knowledge of cartography or maps by chance?
I don't, but Grinkle's whole life is being a painter. Yeah.
Sure. So, Grinkle, you're a bard, right?
Yeah.
Do you have Jack of all trades yet?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll say due to your artistic abilities and your Jack of all trades ability, if she shows you something, you might know something about it. Give me an investigation. And you can use half proficiency. Yeah. Okay. So you look at some of the markings and you recognize them as coordinate symbols. These are
locations.
She says, then these must be some sort of hidden set of coordinates, though I'm not sure what map they'd go with. Another investigation check might tell you more. At this point, anyone can make it. DC is 15.
I don't have any more bardic, but...
Can we use guidance on this?
Yes, you can use guidance.
Yes, I would. Yeah, let's.
They have a better investigation than me.
Well, anyone can make the roll. It's not limited. And yeah, so you got a 10. Does basically you need a 15 to learn more. So,
anybody else want to roll? Anyone? Oh,
just
anyone who didn't. Paper. Anyone not have -1, or do we all have?
It's not the smartest group.
We could all try, and with guidance, maybe some
sure,
of us.
Give it a doubt. Well, Robert scratches his head. Like,
I know exactly what this is.
So, Kaladin.
Didn't you say something this whole time?
Holding out on him.
I've read shipping reports before. This is strange.
Yeah, so it looks like, well, your guess would be, judging by the coordinates and kind of some of the other hidden clues on the piece of paper, that these were or are coordinates to a spot within the actual camp that you fought in.
Could I recall where?
You think it was near the tower. Like maybe right under it. There may have been something hidden there.
Oh, the tower that was actually in that
in the
outpost
camp.
that we fought at.
Yes, exactly.
Ooh.
Vale says, well, that's not very useful. We have to go back there, which is definitely not a good idea.
You're right. That's not a good idea.
Let's
But
just park it. Maybe.
this could be, for the future, perhaps.
Someplace
Yeah,
to
next
return.
time we're here, and because I'm pretty sure this place is now just riddled with hobgoblins after what we've done there.
Yeah.
Alright.
I agree.
So we make a note that you figured that out. Alright, anything else you want to do?
To try to check whether Devastator's robe and stuff are magical and identify if they are.
So Vale will look at the robes. She says, well, before I do identify, let me do detect magic so I can do all of this at once. Wait, do I have detect magic? I would assume she does.
The Furbolgs do.
Yeah,
Oh, she does not. Alright, so
Furbolgs have it.
So
So
Grinkle,
does Mel.
you want to use your detect
I'll
magic
use mine
ability?
How many?
Alright, so what are you looking at? The robes and what else?
Stuff.
So the robes are not magical. They're very fancy, but yeah, you think you might be able to sell them. I guess Vale.
Rob, these are clean. You can put these on.
I'll use it as
No more
my
curses.
pajamas.
Yeah.
So the fancy robes are worth 20 gold pieces, which is a good amount more than normal robes would be worth. But yeah, no magical properties. Were you checking out anything else with your detect magic?
Stuff.
No? Okay.
You have anything else? No.
Alright, so anything else before we pass or attempt to pass along
Devastator
this?
stuff.
Oh,
Like
the
it was
staff.
the stuff of the guy.
The staff indeed is magical.
Good call.
Well.
Vale says,
Identified.
yeah, I'll take a look. And she grabs the staff.
Yeah.
Alright, so she is doing her ritual. Give me a moment to check something. Not finding what I need. Alright. Well, so she'll say this staff is seems like some sort of magical weapon.
What does it do?
Says it is
Interesting.
This is a simple striking mechanism, but enchanted to be much more effective. Often monks would employ such enchantments to improve their fighting styles, making a normal piece of wood suddenly much more deadly. So I don't think it does anything to boost magic ability.
Okay. Well, okay, but I guess from what I learned recently, at least this would be able to damage like one of those shadow creatures we encountered.
She nods. She says, "Indeed, it should be able to."
Yeah, but I'll just keep it maybe if not, like unless someone wants it. Like, does anyone have any use for this? Because I think we all have our weapons, but maybe we'll be able to sell it.
I don't want it.
Vale, do you want this? Because, like, what
Oh.
weapon? What weapon do you wield?
She says, "I wield the arcane forces of the universe: fire, lightning, destruction."
Don't you
Yeah, we
just
know,
want to
Vale,
bonk
we know.
someone on the head sometimes?
So primitive. I mean, I suppose it couldn't hurt. I do know how to employ a staff back from my training days. But I wouldn't say it would be my first choice.
Okay.
Still, I suppose it's better than nothing. So you're going to give her the quarterstaff +1?
Yeah, I'll just give it to her. At least she has better use for it, just in case.
We won't tell him when he comes back, and we'll just see how confused he is when he has a...
It's like, where do I have a quarterstaff +1? That's weird. It's not letting me drag it onto the game. I'm going to try to refresh. Might be having some kind of weird issue. Because I was trying to drag it on to like pop it up on the screen like I usually do, but it wasn't working for some reason. Let me try that again. Quarterstaff +1. Still nothing? Does +2 work?
Are you dragging it from 2024 version? Then it may not be compatible.
Well, I mean, it's the normal quarterstaff +1. It should work. So, but right now it doesn't seem like I can drag anything. It might be some kind of bug. That's fine. I'll just manually make it. But yeah, what do you want to do? Anything else?
I think that's about it.
So we'll pass some time. I have to make the quarterstaff +1 for you guys. It's annoying because, wait, can I drag it onto Veil Sheet? Maybe that'll work. At least make my life a little easier. Alright, so it looks like that worked. So that's good. Or wait, did it? Huh, no, that didn't work. Weird. Must be a bug. Alright, I'll just, add it manually here too. Quarterstaff +1. Alright, so time is passing. You are camping out in the Druid den. The slaves seem, or the former slaves, I should say, seem a little bit uneasy, though also, happy to be free. One of them will approach, I'll say Grinkle, and say, I was just curious.
Oh, sorry. Startled me.
Oh, my apologies. I just had a question. You said you came from Char, yes?
Yes, that's where we started from, yeah.
This is when I was taken. The town was under attack. Is everything okay there? Do you know of...
When we left, we had put a stop to it for now. We're pretty good at that sort of thing.
This is good. Good. I'm a farmer, and I was... Well, when my farm was attacked, I was trying to buy some time for my wife and children to get out, and I was caught, and I think they made it back to Char. Do you know anything about... and he gives you a name that you wouldn't recognize. He says, do you know if they're okay?
No, we hadn't heard from them. But there's definitely a list of names we got for survivors. We'll make sure to check that when we get back.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And he would just kind of...
Brave man.
Give me a...
You know how to paint?
No, I mean, I spent most of my life planting. There's not much time for things like painting when you have to get up and harvest and plant and do it over and over.
Of course, understand. Why don't you describe your wife and kid? I'll paint them in the sky here for you. I do a little thing.
He says, "Oh, really? Give me, I don't know, what skill would you use for that?"
I don't know, I guess performance?
Sure,
Yeah,
we
good
can use
performance.
performance.
La-da-dee, la-da-da, la-da-doo.
So as he describes them, you paint a beautiful picture of these people. And although you know you probably don't get it exact, he seems happy when you do this. Says that it's very kind of you.
Of course.
I,
Brave man.
Well, I just did what I felt I had to do. I'm just hoping I can see them again. He says,
Make sure you get in touch. You're an adventurer now.
He laughs. He says, that's not my type of lifestyle. I couldn't do what you do."
You already have.
He says, "What? I was captured and enslaved and stood there frozen in terror as you fought off the marauding hobgoblins?"
Yeah, I've been so many times I can't even tell you. And we're still here, helping. That's what it's all about. You'll figure it out.
Give me a persuasion.
This guy to join the party.
No, just kind of
This
see
farmer.
how. See,
Level
I
1 farmer.
always preferred when the skill was just called diplomacy. But so he seems to be like a bit emboldened by your words, and he nods and he says, "I guess we all just do what we have to do. Perhaps there's bravery in me. I just need to find it."
You'll find it. You need anything? We'll find the Starry Night.
He nods and says, "Well, maybe I can give you all a little something if we make it back." He says, "I'm sure hopefully my stash is still hidden in my farmhouse if they didn't find it and loot it. I definitely think you all deserve a reward."
Well, we'd be glad to take it.
Alright, so
No, I don't do that.
we'll be glad to take it. Alright, so time is passing. I'm just gonna adjust some stuff paying your camp. Actually, I think your camp is almost out of money. Luckily, your wages are not that high.
Yeah, we haven't checked on them. Let's see. Yeah, and we don't know where the camp is, so we cannot really restock them.
Now, do you all have a way of feeding yourselves besides rations? You know what? I'll say the druids feed you, so you don't have to worry about food for the evening. They bring you some
We
roots.
have survival as well.
Yeah, it's just a little harder to hunt underground, but we'll say they bring you some stuff, so you don't have to worry about it.
We have some mushrooms and stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They bring you
Good
a,
friend.
we'll say, what's her name? Tavi brings you all a very lovely smelling mushroom stew with a meat of some kind in it. You doubt it's cow.
I wonder what that is.
Eat with us.
But it tastes lovely. So yeah, you all enjoy a nice dinner together. Going to bed. You don't have any issues, so long rest passes. Go ahead and give yourself a long rest. Wait, did you guys hit a milestone? Let me check something. I don't think you did. No, you didn't yet. Close, though. So yeah, you would get a long rest. Go ahead and do that.
Thank you.
My
Holy
button
cow, I needed that.
doesn't do it. My long rest button doesn't work.
Oh geez, everything's broken today. Let me... Is anyone else having long rest button issues?
Oh, I'm fine.
Okay, so your max hit points. The +5 was for the 8,
Eight.
right? Alright, so is
Yeah.
that still up?
It would have ended by now.
Okay, so you just.
I'm gonna recast it tomorrow. But yeah.
And you said you're. Oh, it looks like your stuff is reset. I guess you did it manually. Okay. So it is now next day. Where's the... Okay, so it is the 5th of autumn at 8 a.m. Is there anything else the group wants to do before meeting your ally to use his portal?
Let's. Yeah, Neil?
I was just going to cast Aid again on the same people just before we go through it, though. But I'm going to use the spell slot now, so...
Sure. So...
Make sure everyone knows.
We'll say, like, you casted it. We'll say, like, 9, so it lasts for...
Yeah.
Like, till 6.
Yeah.
If you want to
Yeah,
put that...
just when we get through.
Extended effects or something.
9 to 6.
Yeah. But were you saying something, Robert?
I wanted to first, like, guys, before we go, let's once again recap what we're gonna do there. This is first, and second, let's check what our situation with healing spells and healing potions, especially because last time I think this was kind of an oversight that not every one of us had some kind of healing potion. And then some of us went down, and we really like almost it went almost badly because like not everyone could have administered a potion, for example, to a fallen ally. So I think at least like a small healing potion everyone should have.
I don't have one at the moment.
Does anyone have
I'll
more
give you
than
one.
I have none.
I give you one, Paladin. I got 2.
Just
I'll have a
just
greater.
a normal
Well, yeah. I get the greater. Come on.
healing.
And I get okay. Then you have the greater. Then Kaladin has the small one. I guess
I had 2 normals and a greater, so now I have 2 left.
Yeah,
a normal and a greater.
Yeah, good. And
So if someone is
think we
missing
should
one, I can give them one.
probably try to, before we leave, buy a couple small ones from druids, so that Nil and I have one as well.
Tabby says, I do have herbalism, so if you have some nature components, I could try to make you one. Though it does take a day to brew.
Yeah, but we are not gonna wait for it. Like we need it for this mission, so I think do you have a stock that we can buy from?
She says, let me go ask the elders. So she would leave and come back and say they do have a couple of normal healing potions they'd be willing to trade for gold if you have gold. Or barter with other things if you want.
I have those old world coins. Are they willing to accept those? It's gold.
She says, yeah, I think those are the dwarven coin that are dug up around the ruins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we found shopkeepers on the edges of the Empire usually take those, so they said they'd be willing to trade them for 40 gold pieces each, and there are 3 of them.
Yeah, then I will buy all of them. So
Okay.
This is for 120, so we have 180 left, and I will take one, and I think Nil can take one, and maybe, I don't know, maybe Kaladin can have another one.
Right.
Just because he's the fastest. And,
happy to feel useful. Tavi will take the gold and
Thank
come
you very
back
much.
with the 3 healing potions. Big smile on her face.
Mm,
Alright,
Alright,
So
I'll add
you-
another one then.
yeah.
anything else?
And Nil, just one more for you, just in case like you run out of spell slots and stuff.
So I have 2 healing potions. Or 1.
You had one already before?
No, I have 1.
No, but have you had one before?
No, I don't have one on me at the moment.
Then I just gave you one.
Okay. Yeah, I just
I'll
got
take,
confused.
because
You
we
said
have
another.
bought 3. I have bought 3, and I'll take one myself, give one to you, and one more to Kaladin.
And just a reminder, I
Does
am
Vale,
using
does
the...
Vale have any?
What does Vale have? Let me see.
If she's got one.
I should just keep her sheet open. Wait. She has a potion question mark.
It's maybe one of
Oh, to be
unidentified.
identified?
Might be. I don't see any healing potions, so I don't think she has one.
Okay, then I think that maybe Kaladin, the second one, we could give to her just in case that she has something.
Okay, so I'll remove that from my sheet, and you might want to add.
But that's a good point. We forgot about Vale. She may be
Alright.
useful.
Let's see. Can I drag a healing potion on? No, of course not. Alright. I'll just add it manually. Actually, I should probably have her identify this potion.
Yeah, probably.
I don't suppose she marked what session it was from. Probably not. Let me check my notes really quick. I think I know which potion this is. It was that one you guys picked up just before you met the druids.
Also, since she hasn't been here for so long, it's possible that we did identify it. She just didn't change it, or he didn't change it. On her sheet.
Like maybe.
Because we've been using her, to cast spells and stuff,
Yeah, that's true.
But let's see. Let's see what it is. If it's something we haven't heard of, then probably we have not identified.
So it is potion. Greater healing?
Can it be the one that Grinkle has now?
Where did you get that one, Grinkle?
I don't know. I think I've had it for a while though.
Okay, well then.
Had it for a while. All right. Have you actually, or you?
Yeah, no, I've had it. No, actually, yeah, I know I had it for at least 2 sessions. So I don't know if that counts as a while, but.
It might be the one then, because that was like around the time where this came in. Okay, so that must be a duplicate then.
Yeah, because Vale hasn't been here in like three sessions.
Okay, yeah. Then it must be, yeah.
You can never tell if Grinkle's messing with me or not.
It's
like, oh no, I've had this for a while. Totally had it for a while.
Poker voice.
You never know.
He'd be great at poker. It's like, what? Oh, you're fucking with me again. Alright, potion of greater healing. Okay, so that is... Grinkle has that. Got it. Alright. So... Yeah. Are we ready to go? Was there something else we needed to do?
Yeah. Before we go, just let's recap that we what are we gonna achieve? Because we talked about it before, but let's recap. So what we want to do now is to destroy Graves, because he's the one controlling forces around Char. Forces that are actually giving Char troubles right now. But what we agreed that we will not be doing it in a way that, hey, old friend, and then dagger to the back.
Well, I'm not opposed.
An honorable betrayal.
Betrayal. Stab.
Honorable betrayal. Yeah. Got it.
Prison rules.
So let's go.
All right. So you go and meet with. Should know his name by heart by now. Fedloy. Thank you. You go and meet with Fedloy, who will take you deeper into the cave to a large mushroom, probably bigger than any you've seen before, almost like the size of a small tree. He would walk up to the base of it and touch it as a greenish glowing portal opens. And he says, this should take you close to your town. Good luck. And make sure you mark the territory so you can return there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Alright, so the group will step through, and I assume you're bringing the slaves with you?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
so we can return them to Char.
Okay. So...
And the druid girl as well. And Anghex. You
Yeah.
remember? They gave us 3 Anghex.
Oh, yes. They sent some ankegs. Yeah, that's right, because Tabby was supposed to take care of them. Although she was a little bit iffy on her abilities to do that. So yeah, you suddenly, as you step through, in a new place, which you would recognize as the road near Char, the one that kind of goes northwest. You think you're about, 2 hours from Char? So maybe like a couple miles. But definitely a lot closer, or that took a lot less time than it would have to walk. And then, yeah, a little while afterwards, the portal will close.
And I will do as he said, and I'll mark the terrain. We'll carve into the tree.
Do any of you...
I'll paint the happy face.
Happy face.
Maybe,
Do any of you have survival or any type of map making / cartography skills?
I do have Survivor.
Okay.
Brinkle, can't you paint it? Is there?
I have navigator
long-lasting
skills.
paint?
Yeah, I guess I haven't discussed. We never talked about how this could work, but I am a painter. But I don't have cartography.
You are a painter? Never heard about it.
Yeah.
I give you the dirtiest look.
I never would have guessed. Just kidding. Did you say you have navigation tools?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not even
Maybe
sure
we
what
work
those
together
are.
here.
I just figured it came with the sailor proficiency, so.
Oh, is that more for something you do at sea, maybe?
I mean, it's definitely for like charting, your location using the stars and stuff. It's actually kind of like stuff that Nil probably could do as well.
All right. Well,
I just remember we are under
the compass map type stuff.
Yeah. All right. So
it's not for making maps.
So I'll say, yeah, you can use survival to try to mark the area. Something that would be not too conspicuous.
Well, I have a question. Does Tavi have what's that like little druid flavor ability, like the ribbon ability, where they can like change? Like it's kind of like Thieves' Camp, but for druids. Do you know what I'm talking about? I think it's called Druidcraft.
I mean, there's the. Are you talking about the cantrip? Yeah, there's a cantrip called Druidcraft.
Does it do like just like a little like little mark that druids can leave for each other? That kind of deal.
She says, well, I can do a bunch of different things, but I can make some marks on this tree that only I'd recognize. Wouldn't really help us in terms of like finding it again. So I'm not too good at navigating the surface, but I think I'll leave the mark anyway, just in case. It might help me find it. Alright, so marking the area, Robert, you think you can find your way back here without too much problem, especially since it's right near the road.
It's all fine. You see, it's under this cloud.
Yeah, this cloud.
Of course.
Everyone knows clouds.
Okay.
I do have a question while we have this map up, though. Could you ping to me on the map where Graves' outpost is?
Yeah, it's, actually, I don't know if you guys ever went to his outpost directly. I thought you met him in the, on the road.
We met him at a farm place.
Yes, in that farm they had taken over. So you don't know exactly where his outpost is.
I'll have to do some investigating.
Yeah, so you would guess it was somewhere near that farm because he got there pretty quick. But yeah, you wouldn't have exact coordinates.
At the least, they may have left some trails that we can follow.
Yeah, we could try to follow trails from that farm, and we can start it from that farm.
Alright, so you're heading to Char. What about the Ankhegs, Tavi says?
Well, are we heading to Char? Do we actually need to go to Char, or just send the slaves in that direction and then go straight towards the farm?
Like it's 2 hours from here, guys. You can make it.
They probably know this area.
Oh, we could find our way back. You don't have to trouble yourselves, the woman says.
Yeah, there is a road, and actually no attacks are happening right now.
Val
I think
says,
it should be pretty safe.
I would feel better if we saw them there, but I can understand wanting to, save
I
time.
go look for that dude I was talking with, the new adventure.
Okay, yeah, the
here's
farmer.
your chance, man. You gotta take these guys back. You're gonna go get your family.
Oh yeah, you
don't make it
outfitted
back,
them
you don't get
with
to see them.
armor and weapons. That's right. So they
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah, they got some stuff.
they
They're like a
actually,
little war party.
yeah.
Of slaves.
They don't look very well trained, but they do have swords and chain armor.
And
All right,
rations.
So
Rations they have.
They
taken
could
up.
survive a wild wolf attack for sure.
yeah, so the farmer nods and says, "You can count on me, Grinkle. I will help defend our people if needed, but
I
hopefully
give him like a predator handshake, like the muscles.
the Arnold handshake."
Oh yeah. The Arnold. That is awesome.
You get there.
He's confused and a little bit scared, but we'll just nod.
I just minor illusion like muscles on both of us as we do it. Yeah.
Alright, fair enough. Alright, so they depart for Char, and the group is, I'm assuming you're heading to the farm?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So you travel north a bit along the road. As you are going, I'll say... actually... Okay, yeah. As you're going, you're kind of walking down the road, keeping an eye out. Kaladin, you think you see a hobgoblin scout in some of the brush nearby. Fairly well hidden, but you did manage to sniff him out with your 15 passive perception.
Awesome.
You think he has seen the group, but he probably knows that you guys are friendly. Or at least
How
he
far
thinks
away?
you are. He's about, let's say, 50 feet off the road into a wooded area, just kind of hiding in the brush, keeping an eye out.
Alright, I'll tell the group and then say we should approach him and get him to lead us to the camp.
Yeah, I think so.
And I say, to everybody, listen, I know you're iffy on deception to betray him, but this is war and it may be necessary. We're gonna have to lie to him.
Don't ask me to lie then.
Don't
I'll just be silent.
take
I'll do it.
this.
I look to Grinkle.
I
Grinkle, you know it needs to be done, right?
all the time. I'm going.
Thank you.
Alright, actually, while I'm
What?
thinking about it, let me roll the portent dice. Because she gets 2, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Robert will ask Nil, what about your faith? What does Knight think about deception? Is there a place for deception at night?
I'm just gonna sit down for a moment.
No, we gotta go now.
Well, the
He's-
hobgoblin would notice you guys kind of approaching his position.
I'll wave him down so he knows that we see him.
Alright. He probably, like when you get around 30 feet, would say in common, "Hold, why do you approach?"
I
Hello,
noticed-
friend. Kaladin,
I'll let you take the lead.
hello, friend. Do you know of us?
This is
You know who we are?
Starry Knights, currently a truce
Yes,
is,
yes.
with your group. That's why I didn't...
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
You know as well.
Actually, and you're like breaking up a bit, Grinkle, but actually as you get closer, Kaladin, you would notice he has a horn around his neck. Like a blowing horn.
I'll whisper to Grinkle. He has a warning, he has a warning horn, just like at the other base.
Got it. So I just like try to look as innocent as possible. I'm like, yeah, we need some provisions and we got a plan we'd like to enact. So we need to go to back to your HQ and talk with Graves real quick.
He says, "Weren't you all... I thought you all left to go speak with Orcard."
Yeah, we did. And then we did that,
But you received
Now we're here.
you received orders of the ceasefire, correct? So you know we talked with them.
And he says, yes,
Ooh.
only like a day or so ago. He says,
But we're
"Did
quite
you-"
magical people, so.
Give me a deception. He
Oh, that was
says,
beautiful.
That's quite impressive. I wish I could travel that quick. But yes, we got the order from Orcard that you're working with us and that we're under a ceasefire.
Awesome. Well, we'll just follow you back then, and yeah.
He says, and I guess, why are you looking to speak with Graves?
We have a whole plan we'd like to talk to him about. It's really something for the higher ups to talk about, though.
Yeah, you'll forgive me if I'm not comfortable just blabbing about important details with a mere
we heard
scout.
exactly.
Alright, give me give me deception checks from the two of you.
Hold on. Wait, that would be a good time to ask what those important rules were.
Oh, they were 19 and something else. One really good one. Oh, 19 and 15, so actually pretty good rolls.
Did you see what I put in the chat? I put little trackers for important dice if you want to put them on her sheet.
Yeah, that's
So
what I'm using.
Okay.
So I have them both set at 1 instead of 0 because they haven't been used yet.
I was actually using them to for the actual number of the dice. Yeah, that's how I used them. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's whatever. Just to keep track of the actual number of the roll.
Yeah, so I have one as 19 and one as 15 on the sheet.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll use the 19.
All right. So
if she'll foresee it for me, you know.
Yeah, sure. So you kind of look to her and give her the knowing nod, and she gives you a 19. So what would that be?
That would be an 18 because I have -1.
All right.
Nice.
So you think of something quickly, adding it. The guy says, of course, the higher-ups always think they're better than us. He says, why would I think it's any different with your kind? He says, fine. I guess I can lead you to the base. He says, have you been there before?
No, we haven't.
Once a couple of years ago, but I don't remember.
So...
Well, I just joined the group, so I haven't gone there.
Give me a deception.
Shit.
Graves and I go way back.
Because you both gave different answers, which is a little suspicious.
Well, I did tell the truth. I haven't been with this group.
Yeah. Go ahead, Crinkle.
I guess he doesn't know that.
15. So he just nods and will say, okay, follow me. So he starts leading you kind of north by northwest, deeper into the woods. He says, keep an eye out for grizzly bears. We've bumped into a decent amount out here. Usually they'll avoid a group this big, though.
Is Tavi with us?
Oh, that's a good question. Because I assume, like... So, would she be traveling with you with a bunch of Ankegs in tow? Because that might be very suspicious. I assume she stayed back.
I think we probably have her just follow us a little bit to the side, and kind of if something happens, she could help us in the fight. But
underground.
Or underground. Like, can Ankegs travel underground?
They can.
Normal speed?
So they have a burrow speed, but it is much slower than walking. So if you wanted her to travel underground to follow you, she could do that. She would just be quite a ways behind you, so it would take her a while to catch up.
That works. Just
'Cause-
three of them
I
make
feel
it
like
a
once we
little
get
bit
there, we're
faster.
gonna.
Well-
guys, I feel like once we get there, we're gonna be fighting right away.
I'll say she was underground just because he would have had a very different reaction if he saw her with 3 ank eggs, like, because he is a
Oh,
scout,
yeah.
so he would have noticed her, like, kind of tailing the group. So
For
we'll
sure.
say she's following, using like tremor sense to figure out where you guys are
Mm.
going.
Yeah.
Okay. So you travel for a few hours, which would put it at about 1 p.m. when you reach the outskirts of the camp. Now, you know Tavi at this point would probably be a good distance behind, like maybe another half hour for her to catch up.
Could we maybe use a couple of distractions to just like to make us to talk about something and just
slow it
rest and kind of drag
absolutely.
this so to give her time to catch up.
What would you do as a distraction?
I don't know. Ask him a
My
question.
friend, do you
We could
like
talk.
paint?
No, we could discuss like the plan that Orcar's given us to retrieve the dagger from Blackwater.
All right,
So
so
Nil, that would
Nil,
be-
How?
Nil is he is walking. You approach, and what do you say to him?
What? So are we at the camp now? We're meeting Graves.
No, we're we'll say that since you guys are trying to slow down the the travel, this is before you get to the camp.
Oh, okay, we're trying to.
How far out are we?
Or did you mean when you get to the camp you want to delay by talking to Graves? Is that
Yeah,
what you
yeah.
meant?
I meant at
see.
the camp. Sorry, I was discussing of what we can actually use to
Gotcha.
wait for the time and then.
So I guess does the group want to try to slow things down now, or just wait till you get to the camp to talk to Graves?
I think it would be easier to slow down the scout than to have to
agree.
deceive
Yeah,
Graves.
Only
like,
30
we'll
minutes.
All right, so you're kind of whispering to each other as you're trailing behind him. How are you going to do that? You say,
So,
yeah.
What do you think about this ceasefire, Scout?
He says it's surprising, really, but then again, I don't know much about any of this trip. It all seems like a waste of time. He says that's what you get for trusting Teruvians. He says we could have stayed in the Nazic Empire and continued fighting for the Northern Territory like we were doing. He says, no offense.
Yes.
I suppose you're one of the Teruvians. You haven't had
We
good
are,
luck with
but-
them up till now.
Well,
As you know, we would rather than you attacking our people, would rather you stay in the Nazic Empire as well. No offense.
He says, well, there's definitely, in my opinion, more to be gained from that. Although the offer of one of your nobles, I guess, was too much for Orcar to resist. Don't know much about the details, but yeah. He's still walking, though. He's not stopping. He's just kind of talking as he walks.
I'll look to the group for help.
you know,
You're like, you ever seen this?
What are you doing?
Very cool. The coolest, like some minor illusion, like. So these are. Let me tell you quickly about what we saw over there. We saw this, and then we bought one of these things, brought an keg up, and then we did one of these. Little.
I guess give me a performance.
And you guys are like cheering me on, right? You're like, whoa, yeah,
Yeah.
we did that.
Nice.
Ooh, wow.
This one was, I think, this one was bigger. Like this one has teeth and he had also red eyes, and it was really scary.
Yeah, and you only had
Oh.
like 2 claws, but he had like 4.
So
Oh,
he
the bad
he doesn't seem too interested. He's like, we should get going. I mean, we're wasting time.
Just super offended.
No, he's not
Are you
offended.
suggesting that my friend's art is a waste of time?
He says, when I'm traipsing through the forest, yes, I'm not too interested in artwork.
Wow.
He says, look, I already am doing you a favor to get you to the camp. because I assume Graves would want to speak to you. My post is left open, so I want to get you there and get back as soon as possible in case something happens and, I miss it, it's my ass.
That's a good point. I see what you're saying there. But we are pretty important people. I mean, we could, we could maybe even negotiate with Graves, maybe get you, into a better position. I mean, I'm sure you don't really enjoy being like just a scout, just like a kind of gopher,
Give me a persuasion check. He says, "Hey, I'm more than just a gopher. I'm a very good scout." He says, "It was impressive that you even saw me. I was well hidden there most of the day. Watched several people walk past. No one saw me."
Like, how good of a scout are you? Like let's say perhaps like there was, 3 giant creatures digging underground. I mean, you wouldn't even be able to notice them, would you?
He says, "Would you? How would one notice something digging underground?"
I'll show you. And I gesture to my lack of boots. See, I'm a martial artist, so I, fight with my bare hands and feet. See, those boots that you're wearing are getting in the way. You can't feel the vibrations.
He says, I'm familiar with the Iron Shadows. Now they fight with their fists and feet. It's very impressive." He says, "Not my thing. I'd much rather stick someone with a blade than sit there punching them." But you do have him stopped at this point, talking to you.
I mean, you should try it. I mean, it takes a long time of conditioning to get used to walking around on your bare feet, but if you develop the skill, it could make you a better scout.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, a 0.
He says, "I'm sure it could, but anyway, we should probably keep going."
I like once again look to the group like that's all I got.
This is not my area of expertise. So, alright, so he's going to keep walking unless anyone else is saying anything.
I'm gonna wait a bit.
Okay.
before I give you-
So, like I said, it takes a couple of hours to get to the camp. You would arrive there. I actually have a map for this area. So you come in from the southeast. Just pull you all on. Give me a moment. Keep Vale off the grid for now. Grinkle. Up ahead, you would notice a couple of hobgoblin guards talking to each other. They look over as the scout approaches, and they say, "What are you doing here?" He says, "The Starry Knights, our allies, wish to speak with Graves." So here, they're like up over this way. And we'll say the guy with you is over here. Oh, sorry, he's over here. They just shrug and say, "Well, I think he's either out hunting or in the house, so, seems like he's in a bit of a foul mood, so I'd be careful." He says, "What else is new?" He says, "Come, follow me."
We'll cheer him up.
Alright, so as you come north over here, you would notice some more guards to the west. But he kind of walks past these guys through the middle here. Towards what looks like a log cabin on a lake. And looks like there is another couple of guys up here who are talking. Who also kind of look down at what's going on curiously, but just continue what they're doing.
I'm looking for horns, by the way.
None of these guys
As we
seem to have
pass the guards.
Yeah, none of these guys seem to have horns. You would see
Just
there
up on the
is
scout.
a guy on the roof. Looks like he has a longbow.
What about this guy? He doesn't have horns?
Oh, I thought he meant like the horns for like
He means like
blowing.
a horn alert sickle.
Ah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I mean the alert.
Yeah, I mean this guy does
Um,
have horns. He's one of those weird, infernal hobgoblins you've seen, but he doesn't have like a warning horn. I think that's what you meant, right?
Yes,
what about
that is
this? Like, he's a strange, like some shield. Like what creature is this? Or is it just like another hobgoblin?
That guy. Good question. Is he? So he looks like he is a little bit older than the others you've seen. A little bit more grizzled, maybe some kind of not exactly a captain, but maybe a little bit better trained than your standard foot soldier, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Here, I think I have a picture.
Ah, okay. Now I see.
Yeah, so maybe just maybe a little bit more skilled of a soldier, and you could probably see by the way he carries himself that you would guess he's more experienced.
Mm.
All right, so he walks up to the cabin, knocking at the door, and
Hey guys, what's quickly while we're back? What are we doing? Are we just gonna kill him?
Yes. I'll give him like a nod.
So the door
someone,
opens. Or go ahead. You're kind of speaking
Gonna
back
say
there.
someone just pop the signal. We'll go off.
Well,
Okay?
we might wanna wait for the on-cakes.
Yes.
All right, so that guy, like I said, comes to the door. He looks out. He says, "Who are they?" And the scout would say, "I think they're the Starry Knights, right?" He said there were 2 furbogs with them. He says, "I don't know. That was Graves' thing." He says, "He's not here right now. He's out hunting." Well, I brought them to speak with him. And the hobgoblin
We
looks
can
over.
wait.
Yeah, he'll say, yeah, you're gonna have to wait a bit. He should be back soon, though.
Sure.
Vale would say, we don't have the Yanghags, but if we attack now, we could get rid of some of these guys before Vale and whatever other reinforcements get back.
That's a good point. Do any of the guards like move in on our location, or are they staying where they were?
So far, they've kind of been passively keeping an eye on you. In fact, I'll say Nil and you with your passive insights. They're keeping an eye on you, but they're not, like, alarmed. Or if they are, they're hiding it really well. So they're just kind of, like, casually, like, watching your movements. None of you have weapons on or anything.
Vale has a good idea. I'll sort of like, whisper to Robert and Gringo, like, we could attack now.
We might as well.
Is this okay, Rob?
Yeah. I think we can do it.
Yeah.
Let me start.
And
Surely we wait for our friends.
What did Nil say?
Surely we wait for our friends to show up, and that gives us the time.
The on-cakes will be back.
we're
up
saying we
with,
take out these
once we're-
guys before Graves gets there.
I'll take the scout. I say, because I'm like looking at his horn.
Yeah.
And Vale will say, remember, there are a bunch in the area. And remember that if we're close to them, they employ their sneak tactics. So be cautious to not get distracted while fighting.
Did we see Horn?
Yes,
no.
the scout has it.
Yes, the one guy who has it is the scout who brought you here. He still has it around his neck. So he's going to say, well, you guys can figure out a way back, right? You don't need me. I'm going to go back onto my post as he's just walking.
Of course.
We could just...
I'd like to sleight of hand.
Oh, right.
Try to steal the horn.
Sure, give me a sleight of hand. Alright, so you...
I like bump into him on accident, you know?
Yeah, you kind of brush into him. He's like, watch out. And kind of annoyed as he walks past. And yes, you do manage to get the horn without him noticing. You slip it into your pocket.
Yep.
Or under your shirt. Or I guess you don't have a shirt, so somewhere.
Yeah. It's like it's in one of my...
Suddenly you have a like huge bulge in your pocket. Not at all suspicious. It's strangely shaped like a horn. It's really odd.
I wink at Robert like I got it.
All right,
in between his muscles.
Yeah, in between his pecs. So he's gonna keep going unless you're gonna do something.
Let's just do it because like my idea is, yes, we could potentially wait for Anghex to catch up, but then also Greaves will catch up.
Yep, and he probably has a whole hunting party with him.
Exactly. He's not like I imagine he's not alone.
Alright, so are you gonna let this guy leave, or are you gonna do something now? Because he's heading out.
I'm letting him leave.
Right.
One less to worry about.
Should I try to bring him all together?
Yeah, performance might be helpful actually.
So
I guess I hate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say.
What did you say?
Anyone who can hear me, I'll just yell out a little. You guys want to see a little something while we're waiting for Gray? I showed this to Orcard. He really liked it.
Give me a
I get a little bit of space.
Persuasion. So the guy says,
I'll do it.
You met our war chief?
Yeah, here, let me show you kind of what he looks like and what we were talking about. Let's go!
So he this guy steps forward. These guys are kind of casually paying attention over here. And these guys down here maybe like are kind of looking north, like a little bit interested in what's going on, but they're still, staying at their posts. Alright, so yeah, what are you going to do?
We're just going to start painting in the air, but the bramble will close there.
Alright, I'll say this guy moves to the edge of the roof to get a view. What are you painting?
Yeah, come, gather around. Don't let a good performance go to waste.
Let's see. So yeah, what are you painting?
I guess I'll start painting Orcard, and then I start painting, like, I give Rob a wink, and then I start painting, like, us killing these guys.
What?
They don't know right away. It's like us stabbing them, but they don't know right away. I'm like, look, here you guys are in the story, and then I draw them, and I give Rob a wink, and I go, and look, here we are, in the air, and then and then look at this, and then I paint like Rob stabbing a dude.
Yeah, okay, and I will just attack.
And that's the signal,
I would be somewhere here by that time. I want to start with this guy.
Give me initiative rolls.
And we do this to you guys.
That's funny.
That was great.
It's like doing caricatures in the park, and you're just like, and this is what it's going to look like when I bash your head in.
Yeah, exactly. And then a bunch of red paint, and then Rob just starts going to town. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I got that.
Can I use my my human reroll, my human inspiration to reroll my initiative?
Go ahead and link it.
Where?
Because these are new to me, so I want to make sure I'm doing them right.
What is heroic inspiration?
Yeah, do you have a
I do have a description of heroic inspiration. It's on my other sheet. Hold on.
Okay.
I included
Spend
the
it. Reroll any die.
description.
Oh, it's any dice. Interesting. It's not even a check. Okay.
Could you reroll damage?
Looks like it. It just says any dice. So
Okay.
you can reroll any die. All right. So go ahead and reroll your initiative, I guess.
I will reroll as well.
Only a 10.
Okay.
I will use the same. I have it as well, and I just I don't want to start at 2.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay, 5. It's better.
Well, it's better than 2. All right. So let's
Jump 2
see.
guys.
But they do have disadvantage if they are surprised.
Would they be surprised? We're kind of keeping an eye. Yeah, you roll pretty good on your performance.
Oh, with the act I put on.
All right, I'll give the
They were
ones who
probably
are
so
watching
mesmerized.
surprise. So the only thing is, it's really hard to re-roll initiatives without it being a huge pain in the ass. But here, let me see. So this guy, re-roll. Wait, re-roll. Why is it not re-rolling?
Hey, can we take a quick 5 just before we start the fight, actually?
Yeah, I mean, we're about halfway through,
Just
so
use
we
the
can
bathroom
do
quick.
a
Yeah.
we can do a 10-minute break. That's fine. Let's do that.
Yeah, we
Cool.
can.
I'll see. Why is the thing not re-rolling? Let me try re-rolling it from his sheet. Okay, so we'll keep him at the 16 he rolled, because that's actually higher. The archer on the roof actually rolled pretty low, so I don't think he's...
I always wondered if you could use this for initiative. What do you think?
What's that? Tactical mind? Well, you can't really fail an initiative check. That's the only thing.
Yeah, okay. So it's more like for DCs. Okay.
Yeah. It's more like for like skill checks that you can fail.
And save is not an ability check, right? It's a different thing.
No, it's a saving throw. It's a different thing. Just like an attack roll is not an ability check. All right. Let's see. Can this guy roll lower? He does not. What about the veteran? Oh, where's the veteran? Oh, he does roll lower. Okay, not by much though. All right, and I'll be right back.
I sure hope we don't TPK.
How do you spell Ankegs?
Ankheg, I think.
Thank you. That's not how it's spelled. That's just gonna have to work.
Oh, what have we gotten ourselves into?
Hey, this is 10 times better than helping the
Yeah,
hobgoblins.
fine. This is fine. So Nil, what about deception and night? Asking questions here. Questioning
I feel
Nil's
like the knight is deceptive.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Nil is the authority here on what night is.
For sure.
Alright,
I don't know if Nil's back yet. If he is,
He gets mad when we, try to butt in.
Oh, good.
Nil is vengeance. Nil is the knight. Nil is Batman.
My God.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Nil.
Oh, that's Superman.
Damn it.
Where's the girl? Where is she? That'd be an awesome character, actually, like a Twilight priest who dresses up like a bat.
Yeah, that's pretty badass.
A vampire?
No, he must be artificer then.
Okay,
Yeah, exactly. There's like a bunch of
Fighter
smoke bombs.
artificer?
No, he's an artificer butler.
Yeah, I think if Batman was a D&D character, he'd probably be an artificer of some kind. Maybe like a artificer
Is he
rogue or
doing it?
something.
Is he building all his
I feel
stuff?
like he'd be a fighter rogue for sure.
Probably
With the unarmed fighting style.
Yeah, I definitely have some unarmed ability.
And then the thief subclass, so you can use tools as a bonus action.
Yeah, by the way, that's cool, yeah.
Well, he's Batman.
Also,
he's like everything.
He's noble.
True, yeah.
Dreamy.
Intelligence based.
We were just saying
probably
Nil was Batman.
Wrinkle is back.
I'll be your Robin.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
like most of the superheroes. They basically just have every stat really high.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, we run the Feywild. Yeah, that's our Gotham.
Yeah, the Feywild is pretty deceptive.
Not a lot of tall buildings though in the Feywild.
Oh, well, they were talking about how what was it? The God of Night feels about deception.
Yes. Well, it's mainly more to be tranquil and peaceful at night, but that doesn't extend to bandits. You've asked a real searching question of my personal philosophy and interpretation of the religion.
Yeah, do you have a minute to go over it, or you're busy?
Like what we're about to fight.
How do you feel
Right
about
now.
lying to people?
For for the tranquility. Alright.
Exactly.
Betraying bandits.
Balance is the order. Chaos, right? No?
Just realized
Yeah.
there was a bunch of light coming in on my camera. Alright, so I went ahead and gave the guys disadvantage on their initiatives, the ones that were near you. So as this happens, the first act is going to be Crinkle.
Oh yeah.
So
do that
you
cool
do
paint
your-
show.
You do your little flourish of paint, and then you see them all like dying in your paint show. And what are you gonna do?
Then I'm gonna turn to. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go help out Rob.
It's like one of those situations where like you were a little too clever and no one got it except you. So like you get to act first. So like wait,
Like winking at Rob
Guys,
the whole time.
guys.
He's like, what? I don't.
yeah, he's like, huh? What?
What?
Because like this happens all the time. I'm just too smart for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm just too smart. So I'm gonna turn to this guy. I guess we could say maybe it's incorporated in the show, but I'm gonna use hideous laughter on him.
You.
This guy
laugh.
gets
Maybe
the joke.
This guy
Get
gets it. All right, let me see. So you do a
I
quick
use it.
chant using
There we go.
magic, which definitely gets them all like, huh? As you cast silvery barbs.
Oh,
Wait,
sorry.
what?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
No,
Hideous
you-
laughter, but it's not coming up as a spell. I don't know why.
You have to. So you have to set the macro to do the spell card. It looks like if it's set to do like an attack, which doesn't make any sense with this spell. But yeah, there you go. So let's see. He has to. So he would look over at you as you tell your joke. Wisdom save.
Yeah.
And he kind of looks at the pictures of guys dying, of him dying. Looks at you, and just busts out laughing. Becoming incapacitated with laughter. I believe is the turtle. Yeah. So go ahead and concentrate.
I know.
And
so funny, dude.
he will fall prone. Alright. So that was your action.
And I'm gonna.
Anything else?
Yeah. And then I'm going to give. I think. Well, first I'm gonna run over here. I'm gonna go help Rob. I'm coming. Don't worry, this guy, he gets it. I point to the guy behind me. Let's take care of this guy first.
Alright, Nil.
And I'm gonna bardic someone, sorry.
yeah.
I guess we'll do Nil. Hey, Nil, here, Nil! And as the paint show expires, some paint gets all over you, Nil, and you feel like super inspired because of that.
Let's go.
So you gain a
Super
bardic
long.
inspiration. Alright, Nil, what are you gonna do?
I am going to cast sleep on the guy on the roof.
Alright, so you turn towards him, saying a quick prayer to the god of night. And he will fall asleep, falling prone on the roof. Ugh.
I will step up to this guy and just
Okay.
yep. And then I got nothing for my bonus action. Yeah, I'm good.
Alright, so the hobgoblin will kind of look at the laughing guy, look at the sleeping guy, and say, is this part of the show? And just kind of stand there confused.
Yes.
The
Yes, it
veteran,
is, as I'm stabbing his buddy.
the
Yes.
veteran is laughing for his turn on the floor. It's hilarious. Elsewhere, people are doing things. Kaladin.
I will step behind this hobgoblin, and I'll be like, And now it's time for the show lights to go out. And I punch this guy in the face.
Alright. So
Ooh.
we do an action hero punch as he like turns around. Indiana Jones Thunder Punch. Psh. Oh yeah, that would definitely hit.
Is that a... No, that's a 19, not a crit. Okay. He also needs to make a saving throw to avoid my grapple. Strength or dexterity save DC 14.
I have to get the damage first.
Here's damage, 10.
Alright, so he is badly wounded as you basically break his jaw. Stumbling back. And you said a strength or con?
Strength or dex.
Dex.
He gets to choose.
Yeah, I'll use strength. He would fail, becoming grabbed as you just punch him right in the face. Ugh. Anything else?
And a bonus action, unarmed strike, and this one is made at advantage because he's grappled. I
Okay.
can link that if you want. It's a part of my grappler feat.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll-
Link it.
So
Alright.
once I have somebody grabbed, I have advantage on attacks against him.
Alright, so go ahead and make your second attack. AC 16, by the way. He doesn't have a shield out.
It's a crit.
Okay.
Hit him.
Woo!
Alright. So... are you trying to kill him or, like, knock him out?
Yes, I'm killing him.
Alright, so you kind of grab him and then you just, with him in the headlock, you just break his neck.
Oh, that's badass.
Because, yeah, he was already really low.
Oh.
So he falls to the ground. Alright, anything else? And at that, these guys are like, hey! They're attacking us! Alright, anything
No, it's
else?
part of the show. It's part of the show.
I'll stand my ground. I'm not gonna move.
Alright, so the Iron Shadow, who just saw that, kind of looks around at everyone. And he is going to step here into the shadows and vanish. You're not sure. Well, actually,
Is the opportunity attack thing kicking?
well, he teleported, so he wasn't actually offering an oppie. But let's see. Let me check something. Okay. Yeah, so no, you would have no idea where he went. He's just like, whoa, and then stepped into kind of the shadows and the branches and just faded away. As this guy is still laughing, kind of looking at his dead buddy and just laughing his butt off. Alright, so that's it for that guy.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't know it would be like this.
This guy down here is going to draw his sword, take his shield off his back, and strap it in place as an action. And he's going to move kind of up here behind these rocks as he approaches. This other guy is going to pull out a bow. Move back a little. Take a shot at Kaladin, because he just saw you kill his friend. 17 would be your AC. So that would hit, unless you're doing anything.
Yep, I've got a deflect attack.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and link that.
So you spend your reaction.
So I get to reduce it. That doesn't show. Hold on, I need to link the full.
Oh, you can open details and then it shows what it does.
It does. No, that's the. That part that I just linked is not. This is the full. Okay, so when it deals bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing, I could use my reaction to reduce the total damage. So he has to roll damage first.
I already rolled damage, so go ahead and roll and see how much you reduce it by.
Okay, so it's a D10 plus dexterity and modifier and monk level. So a D10 plus 8. So that would be... It's 12. Reduce it by 12 damage.
Alright, so you will fully reduce the damage as the arrow comes in at you. You just like catch it in your fingers.
Alright,
And
I
do
will.
you use key point on that, or is it?
I will. Yeah, I will in fact use a key point. So I use the key point, and I can return fire. Is he within 60 feet?
That is a good question.
He's not,
He's
but I
not.
can throw it at his buddy.
Mm-hmm.
So I will. So he needs to make a saving throw. And because of the dragon belt I have, it's DC 15 dexterity save.
Alright, so he would in fact make it, doing like a desperate dive to the side as you kind of catch the arrow and spin around, throwing it at him. He's like, whoa, jumps out of the way. So he rolled an 18.
Badass skeleton.
It's all or nothing, so I don't deal any damage.
Alright, so that was it for that guy. Go ahead and spend your reaction. Robert.
All right.
Okay, Robert. Okay, Robert, like we have no one in reach, but I don't want. Okay, Robert will just do a couple of steps forward, jump onto here, and do we have auto crit on sleeping ones, right?
If you hit, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll just hit him with. Sorry.
Yeah, you
What?
jumped up on the roof.
Yeah,
Making a jump sound.
I jump on the roof and I will finish him.
Yeehaw! Yeah, 23 would strike.
And,
For
Oh yeah.
And let me do that.
Do like a jump
and plus
leave kind of thing.
So 11
and
damage.
additional 8, so it's 16.
Alright. So you just smash him in the face, I'll say, with like the side of the sword. His head keeps him from dying, but he is down and bleeding pretty bad. Ugh. So you didn't kill him, but he is very hurt.
No, he's like reduced to below 0, right?
Yeah, he's dying, so that would be basically he's below 0, but not dead
Yes.
yet. It's KO'd. Alright, anything else?
And I will be desperately looking around, trying to see where the monk went.
Alright, one moment. Alright, sorry about that. So you're looking around for the monk, though so far you don't see him.
Mhm.
Alright, so that is it for Robert. So you hear some yells from... Oh wait, no, this guy's down, so he does a death save. Alright. That is it for him. The hobgoblin. So you hear like screams from, or yells from kind of over in the forest over here. And a creature you can't see is doing something.
That's probably nothing, guys. Don't worry about it.
Alright. So you hear, yeah, you hear him running to get closer. So new round. You would hear noise kind of coming from the northeast. What's going on? And I forget, does anyone speak Goblinoid?
No.
Alright, so you think there might be a group nearby that's coming in this direction, but they're not. Oh, actually, let me check something before I say they're not here yet. Okay.
You said northeast.
Yeah,
closest
kind of
to
the
me?
northeast area over there. Okay. Okay.
This guy.
So go ahead, Grinkle. So you heard noises.
So yeah, can I make? Is there any way I can know where that shadowy dude went, or like make a check, or no?
So you can look around for him, but that would be an action. Because he is beating your passive, because he rolled well on stealth. He rolled above a 15.
After mine's only 11 too, so.
Oh yeah, because no one would see him passively. So what do you want to do? The guy is still laughing.
No, he's hilarious. That's what I'm saying. We'll leave him down there for a sec. I want to try to get close to this guy to shoot him.
Alright, the guy behind the rocks there?
80. So, is he behind rocks?
He's taking cover behind some rocks.
Cover.
So he's got like +2 to his AC. His AC is currently 18. Or wait, sorry, with the shield, because you equip the shield, it would be 20.
Could I climb this tree and get advantage, or reduce that?
If you climb up a tree, as long as you have some place to stand, because remember, you need your hands to shoot your bow. But if you can get the high ground, it gives you a +1.
Oh, whatever. I'm just gonna run with the nil.
Alright.
Just shoot it.
Fire at him.
Wait for the group. Yeah, we'll wait for the group to come. I don't really see anyone else. This guy run there. There. Taking a shot. There. Cool.
Alright, so you said you're shooting, go ahead.
Yeah. 19.
Ooh, no, 19, unfortunately, with the cover, it would hit the rock instead of him. Think. Anything else?
Dudes. 5 feet. Alright. Well.
Alright, nil. So the guy that you put to sleep is quickly destroyed by Robert, who jumped up and just bashed him.
Yep.
You hear guys coming from the northeast and hear guys coming from the south and southwest. You can see the south ones.
Okay.
I guess Vale's not here right now.
No.
I guess I could play Vale. Put her in. Right. So Vale, the first round, was getting her shit together. Looks like she needs a long rest too. Alright, hopefully the long rest button works for her. Did not. I wonder if that's because of the +5. Yeah, it was. Alright. So yeah, Vale, let me roll for her. But what are you doing, Nil?
Okay. What's the range?
You're within 30 feet.
Yeah. I don't have any ranged moves, so it was mainly just... I'm kind of just in waiting to be approached. So yeah, I guess I'll just stand here and take the dodge action.
Actually, it's a good. Maybe it's a good time to buff yourself if you have something. Just saying.
I can give myself +2 AC.
Yeah.
But...
If you had some kind of
you usually never get this opportunity in combat to just spend action on casting something.
Oh, that is a bonus action. I could have done that last.
Is it? Okay, then it's fine.
But I want to save the aura for Graves. Because I don't know if we're going to get a short rest in between
what I was thinking.
the time and that.
Yeah, I'm
So
just wondering. I'm wondering if whoever is approaching from the right is Graves. Like, let's see.
Well,
And our Ankeg should be here soon too, if he's almost here.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Alright, so you begin chanting as you concentrate on a divine shield, giving you +2 to your AC.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna take the dodge action too, whilst in this thing.
Okay, so you dodge as they are incoming. So that is it for you. You would see from the northeast, a guy is going to arrive. Comes running in, bow out. And I think the only one he has a clear shot on is Robert, so he's gonna take a longbow shot at you. He says, "Hey!" Oh, but he completely misses with his disadvantage as the arrow flies over you. Alright, that's it for him. This guy is dead, so actually I'm just going to remove him from combat. Alright, so another guy shows up from the northeast. And he is also, like I said, only seeing Robert, going to fire at Robert. Nope, once again, you would catch that one with your shield. Another guy comes rushing in. This guy is kind of still behind some trees as he's coming up, so he's going to dash instead of attack. And move over to here, ending his turn. Vale is going to point at the guy behind the rocks and start chanting. She casts Ray of Frost. Yeah, 23 will strike. Doing 8 cold damage. And he is definitely badly wounded from that. Alright. So that's it for her. You hear more running from the woods to the south as a hobgoblin is rushing up through the trees. And another guy is going to arrive from the northeast. And he comes into view and is going to also take a shot at Robert. Longbow. Ooh. Yeah, I don't think you'd have cover up there because you're kind of out in the open. So 20 is your AC, that would hit. So you are struck for.
I kind of have high ground. Like I would have.
Well, that gives you the +1 to AC, or +1 to attack. It doesn't help your AC though, I don't think.
Okay.
So 7 piercing. Luckily, you are pretty sturdy, so that doesn't do too much for you or to you. Alright, so the Goblin Veteran gets another Wisdom save, I believe. Yep. He is continuing to laugh hysterically. So 12 will fail, keeping him in his laughing fit. Kaladin.
Oops.
Okay. I will do 5, 10, 15, 20. And right here, he's within 15 feet. I will use a key point to summon my Wood Arms.
Okay.
No action required. And he's within 15 feet of me, so I can... does he have cover from where I'm standing right now?
He does, attacks? But melee... You don't have cover from melee attacks. It's only ranged attacks.
Alright, then I will attack him.
At least I don't think you can have cover from melee. Yeah, 25 would strike.
So here's damage, and then if that doesn't kill him, he makes a saving throw.
Alright, so that would down him.
Yeah, I'll
Falls to
water
the
whip
floor.
violently. Yeah, I like break his leg or something or whatever.
He is down and bleeding out. Maybe he has a bit of a what's it called? Oh, whatever. He is down. So that is
Cool.
it for Kaladin.
I still have bonus action. I moved 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and then I use my bonus action to dash, which does not require, it doesn't require a key point anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like another 40, so I go 5, 10,
Paladin,
15,
holy
20, 25. I'll stay right here, actually.
Alright,
Kind of an animal?
See those guys come running up. Alright, anything else?
That will be all for this turn.
Oh, concussion. That's what I was looking for. You concussed him. Alright, so Kaladin ends his turn. Suddenly, a figure steps out of the shadows from the trees right there.
Ah!
Jump scare. And he is just gonna, well, he's gonna unload on you. First attack is an
Nothing.
advantage. An armed strike. 20 will strike you. It just punches you right in the side for 7 bludgeoning.
Oh.
Which will require a concentration check, which you make. So you take
It's
7,
right? Sorry.
Yeah, 7 damage. Second punch, normal. No advantage. You go, jump back, and he misses you. 22 will strike with the third, though. So he follows,
Bring it
giving
on.
you another punch for another 7. Oh, and then a 4th punch, because he's going nuts. Natural 1 and a natural 20. Luckily, that was not advantage. So he would miss with his 4th. And another con save, please. Oh, did you roll an 8?
did.
Alright, so
Yeah.
this guy kind of shakes his head and is like, oh, no longer incapacitated with laughter. Alright, but he is still prone. So that's it for the Iron Shadow. The goblin over here.
Ow.
Huh?
I said, ow.
Ow, yeah. Got some bruised ribs from those punches. Oh. Alright, so this
Fucker.
guy is down, still concussed. This guy over here was using his bow. At this point, he is going to drop the bow and draw his longsword as an item interaction, using his action to equip his shield. And he's going to step up to you. Just throw the drop bow over here. I'll say he'll drop it over here as he's stepping up in case he wants to pick it up. So he engages you with his shield and sword, ends his turn. Robert.
Robert kind of just looks at this and says, Grinkle! Don't touch him. And he rushes towards here. That's exactly 30 feet. And attacks.
So-
Attacks.
That is a 10-foot fall if you're jumping down.
Is it?
Give me, I'll say an acrobatics check if you want to land on your feet. DC, I'll say 10. Do like a tuck and roll. Whoa. If you want to do it that way. Otherwise, you could climb down, which would just slow you down a bit.
Then I would not make.
Action hero.
Yeah, you're gonna do the action hero like jump, or you're gonna like play it safe.
Yeah, I will drop roll and do the.
All right, you just launch yourself.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 19. So you hit the ground and roll and like come up with a swing as you do, all like cool.
Robert, help me! Robert,
And I attack the guy.
help me!
Okay. So 17 will strike with the first attack.
Nice.
Oh, I only have one. So
True. Alright, so what do you hit him for?
let me see if I want to do something to him.
I assume the disadvantage is your mastery.
Yes, that will be when I hit him. Yeah, okay. Then I hit him for 13.
Okay, so he takes 13 damage.
And he gets disadvantage on his next attack.
Alright, and becomes slightly wounded. Alright, so Robert's turn is ending. The guy on the roof will death save. The guy down here is going to pull out his bow and take a shot at Kaladin. What's your AC? 17. So no, he's going to miss with that. Staying behind the rocks where he is. And that is going to be the end of the round. So new round, Grinkle.
Yeah. Go Grinkle, Grinkle. What we'll do... I say, Raw, let's get this guy. Raw, let's kill this guy. He hurt me. I get behind him.
Oh!
Hurt me good.
Grinkle's a fighter.
No, sorry,
Either
Grinkle.
way.
Sorry, Grinkle. Sorry about that.
Oh, yeah.
He's a
Oh,
fighter.
no! Grinkle, you are crit.
Oh, I forgot. Okay, silvery barbs.
Alright, so,
Reaction.
so he uses
Rob,
silver
what are you
barb.
doing?
Why? I was about to say.
Rob just has this weird light in his eyes, and his sword shines a little bit.
Oh, God.
Alright, so re-roll
Guys,
for the silvery barbs. Oh my god! The sword wants
Piece of
blood.
shit.
Alright.
Okay, I use my guardian emblem then.
Alright, well at least it's not an actual crit.
So many resources.
Yeah. Just on the... Don't sidestep, no! Don't do it, the sword wants blood. Alright, so go ahead and spend your reactions, you two, and roll damage, Rob.
Well, I'm
Makes it not a crit.
Yeah, so he just does normal damage. And double 20s. Woof. Oh.
he might just
15?
Alright,
You
so
do 15?
it was 14 damage.
It's
Okay.
it's 15 because it's from reaction. +1 on the reaction.
Rob, you suck. So, okay. Grinkle's almost...
Just imagine if that had been an enemy, though. That would have been awesome.
Imagine. I do. I can't
But,
imagine.
but okay, now guys, now you have reason to know
What is
what's
it?
going on.
What have we
Yeah.
learned? It's like, what just happened? Alright, so Rob, will suddenly spend his reaction slashing viciously at Grinkle, kind of catching everyone by
What a
surprise.
nice hit! Ha ha ha!
Yeah, a weird look in his eye. Alright, so
No more
Grinkle,
clean
you're...
shows for you. Yeah, and
You are flanking him now, though.
also gonna choose Nil. You get creature on, Kaladin. You get advantage from silvery barbs.
Okay, so
Thank you.
Kaladin has advantage on his next roll.
I guess I should probably heal right now because I'm about to die. So we will Grog.
I think
Oh,
like your
sorry, real quick,
big bottle,
Yeah, I was
maybe?
thinking.
You can't give it to Grinkle, he's outside of... Kaladin, he's outside of 60 feet, so you'd have to choose someone
Oh, it
else.
says.
Yeah.
Okay. I give it to Rob.
Thank you.
It's an interesting turn of events.